Hey everybody, it's me, Catherine Lenore, aka PureLightTarot. I've actually been kind of led to do a reading today. I don't know why today, particularly today at 5 o'clock. Don't know why, but let's see what's going on with the tarot. So I want to see what's going to happen in April. This is a collective reading, so this is for everybody who tunes in. I am, like when I was preparing for this, I am like picking up like two different type of energies, so you may fall into like these two different energy categories. I hope you guys are doing very well during this pandemic. I can tell you that I am enjoying myself. I am doing everything that I've been doing, which is, and people who know me, napping and eating. So yeah, but I want to check in. I want to go ahead and like just pull some cards to see what's going on and to chat with you guys a bit. So let's get started. I don't know why I feel a little nervous or something. It's always a little nerve-wracking, like when you are and I hope you guys can hear me. But it's nerve-wracking when you are, and it's so funny because this is the card at the bottom of the deck, the Tower card. It's so nerve-wracking when you are looking in the cards to see what's going on. So, and if I'm picking up the energy of the collective, it's a very nervous energy. So a lot of us are nervous, and for good reason. We're nervous about what's going on in the world, what's going to happen with our jobs, our families, our friends. So yeah, let's see what's going on. My focus is April right now, but I am like being led to give us an update about what's going on right now. So let's see. I'm gonna use the Rider-Right. So just gonna shuffle. I haven't really touched my cards like that in a few days. I've just been chilling, y'all. Let me get a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, y'all let me know how y'all doing during this time. What's going on? What you been up to? For those who are still going to work, you know, I feel for you guys. I get it. I've been having conversations about this whole thing with people, and basically like how people are like, oh yeah, I can't believe we weren't prepared. They were prepared. Our governments sit around in rooms with each other to talk about things like this, and to prepare for epidemics and pandemics and stuff. They have all types of scenarios that they go through, even like alien attacks. So guys, don't believe the hype. They were prepared. But anyway, I just don't believe that we live in a time where we can say that we weren't prepared for something like this, especially as a nation, as a world. I mean, we live in a time where technology is like there are things that you can't even conceive that's going on with technology. Like they are already bringing to life like artificial intelligence and such. There are nanobites that are able to infiltrate the system and such like that. And I mean the human body, like there are nanobites that can they could put into the system and the water. It's too much, y'all. It's just too much for me for us to be like, oh, well, we're not prepared for this. There's nothing that we can do and all these things, whatever. We not and haven't been in caves for a long time, y'all. So, and even then, some of us weren't in caves. So, don't believe the hype. But with that being said, let's see what the cards have to say. Again, just some nervous energy. We're all on edge right now, not really knowing what's going to happen. And even after all of this is over with, what's next? So we got the Hangman in reverse. And let me try to fix my light a little bit better, so that the glare won't be such a glare. So yeah, I got the Hangman in reverse. And oftentimes the Hangman talks about having a different perspective. So with it being in reverse, like I'm seeing that we're just being called to, what I'm hearing is suspend, suspend judgment, suspend suspend judgment. Maybe, let me see what this next card is. 4 of Pentacles in reverse. This talks about releasing. So yeah, releasing judgment, suspending judgment. With the Hangman, there's always something, there's something else to be seen. There's a different perspective to be seen, okay? And I feel like we're being called to release judgments, to release insecurities, to sustain, what is it about sustain? Yeah, to sustain ourselves, especially with the Pentacles here. Like, there's a certain mindset that we need to be sustaining. And, yeah, withholding judgment. And what else is there? What else to the people? The 9 of Pentacles. And this is really an opportunity for us to see, like, if you're not having, especially if you're confined to home and everything, you can't really go to work, or you're working from home or something, I think you're being called to release, like, preconceived notions, releasing judgments about a certain type of lifestyle. It's asking you to enjoy what you have right now. Like, what you don't see right now is that this is a very a good time for you to enjoy. Again, there's 2 different energies that I am picking up. I'm just gonna say, like, this is the first energy where you have this opportunity to really enjoy yourself, to really enjoy your riches, and to really enjoy what you have been working for. And that is your home. That is for you to stay at home and be able to watch TV and to enjoy, the luxuries of your home. To enjoy, what you've been given, what you've worked hard for. You're being asked to release judgments of yourself. And maybe that's what it is. Because we live in a culture where it's like work, 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 work. And if you do have free time, then you're not doing enough. You're not working hard enough. So maybe this is what this Hangman in reverse is about. It's urging you to see a different perspective right now. It's urging you to release insecurities. Because in actuality, you're living lavishly. In actuality, you have everything that you need. And the 9 of Pentacles asks you to enjoy it. So let's see what's up for April. That's going on right now. It's like a need to see just this whole thing as in a different perspective. Don't feel trapped. Feel blessed that, especially if you do have a home. You have your home, you have your smartphones, you have ways to entertain yourself. You have your family, you may have your dogs, your pets around you at this time. And this is a time for you to really learn how to enjoy that without the expectations of having to go out and work, or without the expectations of you always having to do something. Like, you can think of this as a big vacation for yourself and not feel bad about not doing anything. We got 5 of Swords. So this is the other energy that I was picking up. This talks about like a difficult opponent or a possible opponent, possible disappointment. I think a lot of us are feeling this. And as far as the opponent, like, it literally is us against the world, or at least us against the people who are kind of creating and manifesting the world that is around us. And I was talking about this with my mom earlier about how unnatural it is for us to get up and work every day. It's very unnatural. Like, if you were sitting there every morning or whenever your shift starts, you're just like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to go here, and you have to convince yourself, it's unnatural. And again, of the energy, we do have this opponent, this difficult opponent, possible disappointment. The disappointment is you working your life away and not really enjoying what you do have, that Nine of Pentacles, you know. We got the Eight of Cups, the Moon card, deep, full of emotions. The Moon, there's always something that we're not seeing with the Moon card. You know, the Moon card is full of mysteries. This is my card that comes up when I tell people, and in the traditional deck, the Eight of Cups talks about having to walk away from something or needing to walk away from something. When I tell people that, you know, the world, the Lord, or, you know, the universe works in mysterious ways, there are things that are unseen right now that we don't understand. J of Cups. This talks about ideas coming to the surface. So yeah, right now, and I'm going to say this is my second energy. My first energy, you're kind of just in this perspective of you having to just recognize the riches that you do have. And I think you have. I've had a lot of people tell me that they are indeed having a good time, but they feel bad because there are a lot of people who aren't having a good time. So there's that perspective that you have to, again, with these three cards, this new perspective that you have to have, and these insecurities that you have to release. You know, if you are living the Nine of Pentacles right now, where you are enjoying yourself, you're enjoying what you've worked hard for, don't feel bad about that, because you worked hard for it. There's nothing, again, in the society we get told so much that we should be going and we should be doing all the time, that it's just like, no, like our ancestors literally created the things that they created in order for us to have a leisurely life, and in order for us to have a leisurely lifestyle. And we should literally be out there just planting our crops and sitting back and watching them grow and waiting for the harvest while we sip wine and enjoy each other. But again, we live in a society that was created for us to keep our minds and spirits occupied. Okay, very spiritual world that we live in. Like, we like to look within for spirit, but spirit is everywhere. If you believe in God, you know that God is everything. So that means this air that I'm flicking, everything, the fabric that I have on, everything that you could think of, everything that you could touch is God. So I have the belief that we do create our realities, but collectively we are able to create a reality. And what's going on right now, especially, again, here we go, possible opponent, possible disappointment. This Five of Swords, and in the traditional deck, the Five of Swords shows a person and then two people walking away. He has these swords and stuff like that. Either maybe defeated these people in a battle and everything. But again, like, this is almost orchestrated so that people, and again, those people who got it, now you feel bad that you got it. And then people who don't have it, you don't see the point. You're like, Moon card, like, what's going on, universe? What's going on? But I do see ideas coming to the surface. I see this time as you being very creative right now. We have two cups cards, two cups. Like, your emotions are being pushed to really make decisions for yourself right now, okay? Especially if you feel like you're struggling, you don't know, again, Moon card, you don't know the outcome. You don't know what's going to happen next for you. I see ideas coming to the surface for you, okay? Contemplation. All right. So again, two different energies of what's going on. But I want to get into what our April as a collective is going to look like, okay? Spirit, give me some cards. Tell me what's going on for April. So I did have two cards jump out. Nine of Wands. And then the Seven of Pentacles. So the Nine of Wands talks about, the Wands of Spirit. Nine of Wands talks about being on guard, like having up a wall. I see people like really in April creating security or protecting themselves, protecting their homes, but very much on a spiritual level, like protecting yourself from there's different entities and energies. This person looks tired. So by the time we hit April, a lot of us are going to be very, very tired. Probably, especially if things aren't better by then. Kind of just looking to see, where you are going to go next. What's going to happen next. Nine of Wands. And then we got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So I do see us coming to, and this is probably why you become very protective for yourself, for your energy of your household. Because I see us recognizing what you do have. Okay, with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Usually when I get that card, that's someone not really seeing what they have, or at least not being happy with what they have grown. This card talks about sowing a seed and then reaping the benefits from the seed that you grew. So I see a lot of us being very protective over our energy, over our houses, over ourselves, just having a newfound respect for your spirituality, having a newfound respect for your belongings and yourself, your skills. So I see us also discovering, like I see a lot of people really discovering like hidden talents. Yeah. King of Cups, this is my coping card. This is turning emotional stress into professional success. So yeah, I see a lot of us like finding newfound talents, or at least new passions that we would want to move forward with. If you use this time wisely, maybe you can really think about where you do want to go next. As a community, as a nation, as people, we do need to really think about how we're going to sustain ourselves, like outside of dependence on our governments. Because let's face it, like, we have a group of people who are managing and like really dictating our little day-to-days. Like if they decided right now that no one can leave the state, if they decided right now there's no more restocking of the shelves at the grocery stores, like that's just what it is. And a lot of us have, and there's a lot of us who haven't, or who have like gotten back into growing your own food and such. Like me, I don't know how to grow my own food, y'all. I'm very dependent on the grocery store. I'm very dependent on other people for me to sustain. But I see this as an opportunity for us to explore those realms, explore those realities of having to get back to, and I just see us getting back to protecting ourselves, getting back to sustaining ourselves, okay? Or at least starting a conversation about it. Again, there are a lot of people, and I see a lot of people even willing to take a risk too. Here we are with the King of Wands. It looks like in isolation, in your solitude, a lot of folks are going to be finding out, turning a lot of this emotional stress into profits. You know, you taking a leap of faith. A lot of you are going to be quitting your jobs. I see people getting together in the community. And at first it's going to be hard because it doesn't look like you're going to agree on what, like if I just see people getting together in communities and trying to figure out how to move forward and sustain, you know, yourselves as a community. And I don't see you guys agreeing right off the back, but I do see those efforts being made. All right, so my connection was lost for a little bit. But I see you guys making those efforts, okay? I found that a lot of us have reached out to the community or reached out to our neighbors, you know, being more cooperative. Again, you may not be on the same page as to how to move forward, but at least these cups are being shared, okay? This also talks about celebration. So in April, we will be celebrating. We'll be finding that we have the tools, this magician, that we have everything that we need. And so, therefore, it's going to be a cause for celebration. For those who are celebrating, I do see people on looking and being like really upset about it. For those of you, I see some people getting together collectively to, again, share ideas. You guys are pulling together your resources to really, start talking about sustaining yourselves outside of what we've been known to rely on that's been sustaining us. We see that, hey, I even got to protect myself against that. You know, protect my belongings, protect myself. Again, I see some people taking the leap of faith, quitting their jobs. You know, using this time to cope, to turn like whatever emotional stress that you're going through into professional success. Again, there will be some naysayers. There will be some haters. There will be some people who envy it. There's people who will sit off in the back and watch it happen, waiting on you to complete it, okay? Tarot card. In April, we still will be kind of in this tarot card moment. Tarot card just talks about having a transformation, basically having just a whole different perspective, and it's suddenly. So again, like, suddenly you get a different perspective of what's going on and what you need to do. And I see you acting on it. I see you manifesting. I see you, again, people, you're thinking about what you're going to do next, how you're going to sustain yourself for the next big thing that happens. Really equipping yourself. You know? Writing it down. And this is a reminder to write it down. You know, think about it, but also take some notes about it too. Alright? Again, I see people working together. And then here we go. And y'all gonna get a taste. A lot of people are getting a taste of what freedom feels like. Especially, again, if you're able to work from home, that's gonna change the whole dynamic of your workspace, of your office, or what's going on. Y'all gonna start wanting to work from home. And I just looked at this app where it's just like all these deductibles that you can do on your taxes just from working from home, just from having a desk, just from like having to do certain things, like have like certain supplies and stuff like that. All of that can be written off. So if you have businesses, if you're a contractor or whatever it has to be, I will look into that. I will look into the tax write-offs that you can do. So this talks about peace. This talks about world travel, but mostly peace, world peace. You see the world is there. Ace of Pentacles. Definitely bringing in and ushering in a new era of peace. When we're working together, and we have no choice but to work together, guys. Again, there will be some disagreements. There will be some naysayers. There will be some people who don't see eye to eye with you. But I do see us coming out of this, especially in April. Again, with the Tower card, it looks like we're still going to be in this pandemic. Looks like we're still, at least if we're not still in the midst of being, in quarantine or shut down, just the aftershock of everything. Okay? But what's happening is that we are being forced to work together. They're building a dam. Okay? World peace. As someone said, it's not blissful, but it's not achievable. But I don't believe that. Welcome to the age of the Aquarius. Let's do it, y'all. Again, I see this newfound freedom, and this new taste of freedom that a lot of you have gotten, with the 10 of Wands. You guys are putting down a lot of responsibility that you picked up because you felt like you had to. 9 of Wands, you're protecting yourself against those things that, you're really reviewing what's been working and what hasn't been working, especially in this time period. Again, if you've been confined to home, to work from home, and if you have that privilege to work from home, you're going to get a whole different perspective about that. Like, dang, I've just did whole 3 weeks from working from home. Why can't I continue to do that, And so I do see that changing for a lot of people. You guys are going to put down that responsibility of commuting to work. You guys are going to put down that extra responsibility of having to show up to an office because you've proven that, hey, this can be done at home. I see a lot of teachers doing this also, getting into the field of homeschooling. Because it's easier. Like, if anything, this time has shown us what's easier to do. Again, this card represents those things that you have planted and what's grown from it. And I see you guys planting. If you don't know that you're planting seeds right now, you're planting a lot of seeds right now. Okay? And you guys are getting a taste for what life could be. Okay, so let's see what else April has for us. Goes to the side. The Hangman came up again in reverse. Very much a time, and I'm going to go to a book for this, where we are seeing a different perspective. Where we're being asked to see a different perspective. Okay? Keep your mind and your heart open to something totally different. The Hangman, nobody hung him up there. He hung himself up there. And at this point, it's like the universe is hanging us, saying, like, look, everything is suspended so that you can figure out how you're going to sustain. Like, what if this happens again? What is your plan? Because obviously our government didn't have a plan. So what is your plan? Okay? In my past life, I know that they burned me at the stake or something because, like, my mouth be too... I open it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to talk about that. That's too messy. And then it just comes out. Like, they had to have burned me. So, yeah, we got the Hangman in reverse. And these are some notes that I've written down about it. In reverse, I wrote, feeling off your game, not being fair, a need to evaluate, seeing other side or one-sided view, and being unbalanced. So in that month of April, a lot of us are going to be feeling unbalanced. A need to see different perspectives. I got the Tower here in reverse. 5 of Wands in reverse. There are people who are going through conflicts that you don't understand right now. It's not for you to understand it. It's for you to see a different perspective. I see a lot of people who have gotten put in a place of, like you might have witnessed other people going through something. I see that now being your own internal conflict and your own internal struggle. And it's here for you to, again, get a different perspective. Maybe you were very judgmental before about someone's lifestyle. I know, look, I sit here and ask myself, dang, how could people just become homeless? Like, how does that happen? In October, baby, I found out. And if it wasn't for the support of, like, the people who love me, random Facebook and Instagram people, some of my clients and stuff like that, I wouldn't have been homeless, because I have family and friends who love to take me in. But I would have lost my house. I would have lost my lifestyle, my livelihood, just from one thing. And that was when I went to Paris and my flight got canceled, and just so much. House got bed bugs, so like I had to tell my roommates to leave, so that left me without rent, that left me without anything, without savings, and it helped me to see a different perspective. Like someone else's internal conflict, someone else's conflict that I didn't understand, I definitely understand it now. So I see this being a time in April where you find yourself in a predicament, if you're not already finding yourself in a predicament where you couldn't see someone else's perspective or see how that, just basically how that worked. Now you're going to see it. In April, now, whenever you're feeling this, definitely in April as this thing continues to go on, you're going to get these perspectives that you at once probably could not see. Now they're your own. The Tower card in reverse, they're your own struggles, okay? They're your own conflicts. But again, it's all going to show up. Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the Death card. It's all showing up for you to gain a different perspective, have new ideas. I see you with the Ace of Wands, you guys discovering new passions, discovering just new ways of living, discovering your power, new powers that you have. And I mean just like not only like the spiritual powers or powers of manifestation, but just, this reminds me of a magic wand. With just your power to evoke change. You know, I see this being Death card. This is a very transformative period for a lot of people, for a lot of us. And best believe, a lot of us are coming up with money-making ideas, money-sustaining ideas, okay? I'm told to look into the collective love life. The collective love life. So whoever is collectively, well not collectively, whoever is tuning to this, I think that we want to know how this is going to affect our love life. So this is for my couples. Let's see what the month of April has in store for you. And I'm being told to use these cards. These are my illuminated tarot deck. My first deck ever. So let's see how couples are gonna collectively, what kind of problems that you might run into, how you guys are gonna fare, what Spirit has to say, if any advice is needed. For my couples in the month of April. So couples, if you're married, boyfriend, girlfriend, polyamorous, couples, this is, people know that you're with that person. At the Page of Wands in this deck right here. So I see within couples, a new passion, at least some ideas for a new passion. Page of Wands, a very adolescent card. So just going back to like old school ways of like loving. If you're quarantined with your partner right now, y'all might have like a picnic in the living room, might go to fort, really rekindling. 10 of Swords. Ooh, for my couples in April. And this is traditionally 10 of Swords, if you guys know, is the man and he's laying down, he has 10 swords in his back. Traditionally, this card talks about something needing to end, but in this deck, this talks about an announcement. Like, announcement coming in, a message coming in. So, my couples in April, looks like you guys are going to be making announcements to each other or revealing secrets. things that probably should have ended a long time ago. It looks like my couples in April, you guys are going to be hashing some things out, okay? Again, a newfound passion. Very playful energy. Again, like doing cute stuff for each other. Maybe finishing a puzzle together or something. Just something that seems very just sweet. Again, my page is a adolescent card, so you guys could be doing something as simple as coloring together, okay? So my couples, I see you guys just doing something, again, board games or something, a puzzle, and talking about things that need to end in your relationship, bringing up things that probably have not been said or been tabled and have not been talked about in a long time, just really hashing things out. But definitely someone has a message for someone has an announcement for someone. Ace of Swords. Yeah, this talks about, with my Ace of Swords in reverse, this talks about being clarified when it's upright, but with it being in reverse, like there's something that, again, same suit, usually from Ace to 10, that talks about a cycle. So yeah, there's something that's been tabled, some discussion. This is definitely my cards of communication. And again, this is for my couples in April. This is what's going to be going on. This is what's going to be going on. Whatever's been unclarified, there's definitely something with some of my couples that have not been talked about. Something. Hey, good evening. Something that again just haven't been discussed. I see you guys over painting or over doing something. Again, you guys are going to be rekindling love, you know, really taking it back to like your adolescence days. You guys are going to be doing something, maybe watching movies or something, and it's gonna, like, someone's gonna have something to say. There's something that hasn't been talked about that needs to be talked about. Something that's been unclarified for some time now. And it looks like you guys are going to be going over your relationship or going over something in your relationship so that a cycle can come to the end. I do see it being a time of celebration for my couples also. Bringing you a lot closer. So don't worry about this conversation. It doesn't look like it's going to be a conversation that's going to rip you guys apart. If anything, it's going to bring you guys together. You know? There may be some engagements. How come we've been engaged for 3 years, you know? I don't know what y'all conversation is going to be about. But don't worry about it, because with the 3 of Cups also coming out, that talks about celebrations, that talks about friendships and everything. So, or with the 3 of Cups, if it was the 3 of Pentacles, I would say this has something to do with a third party situation. My polyamorous couples, you guys might be talking about a third party situation, or like another person that you're adding into your relationship, or maybe a person that has been not added to the relationship, but just has been like in the background of a relationship that needs to, you know, it's time for you to go ahead and tell this person. But overall, I don't feel like this is a bad conversation that you guys are having. I feel it to be very civil, and again, happening over something that's going to help y'all rekindle y'all love, okay? Again, y'all might be making s'mores or something silly like that, sitting inside your fort, and this conversation comes up, and it's going to bring you way more clarity to something that was once unclarified, okay? Right, so that's for my couples. Let's see love for my singles. You guys being, us being quarantined. I'm including in the singles pool for April. And my birthday's coming up, y'all. April 4th. And don't miss it. I might go live with a little personal party or something. I don't know. I might just nap. Who knows? It will be my dirty 30. It's the 3 of Pentacles I was talking about. So for my couples, it's upright though. So this may be talking about a third-party situation which you was unclarified about. Maybe you thought that your spouse was cheating on you with somebody at work or something. And I'm getting that since a lot of you have to work from home, those things that were unclarified in your relationship that had to do with someone else, it's going to be cleared up. So again, enough about my couples. What about my singles? My singles, as we are living single. And I'm going to say something quick about that because I just recently seen a video of the girl who played Maxine and how they were about to name the show. And they had a list of names, Living Single, and then Friends was one of them. I think it's funny that they named the black show Living Single and then the white show Friends. So it's just like, although a lot of people was coupled in that show and everything, it just says a lot about that mentality or whatever. That says a lot about television and the messages and the programs that they were trying to put in our heads. Living Single, although that was a great show, fabulous theme song and everything, but they could have been friends. Anyway, that's my rant. But told y'all they burnt me like in a past life, because it's like once this mouth gets to going, it's just be going. I hardly be knowing what I'm gonna say next. So let's see for my singles. All right, we got the Magician in reverse. I feel like this is you, Magician. This may be just talking about you not feeling like, because the Magician has all the tools that he needs to produce things, to manifest. So you may not feel like you are equipped to produce or manifest a relationship that you want. This can also be talking about, because Magician in reverse talks about, I'm going to pull one more card to kind of clarify that. Yeah, I was going to say the Magician also talks about a manipulator. I was going to suggest that maybe you're manipulating a situation, but with the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Swords coming out in reverse, again, you don't feel, you've already put it out to the universe that you're, and this is why you're probably having, this is for me too, you already put it out in the universe, and maybe you want to be single, that you want to be single. You've already made that decision. But for those of you who do not want to be single, again, Magician in reverse doesn't know what they have, or at least are using what they have in a way that is not producing the results that they want. So you're putting this idea out into the universe. Two of Swords talks about a decision that's been already made. Again, for my singles in April, that you don't want a relationship. So this is for my people that's saying, oh, fuck love, or all men are bad, all women are bad, and stuff like that. You've already made that decision that you want to be single, basically. So on a universal standpoint, April, you made the decision that you want to be single. So if that's something that you do not want, and you are looking for love, again, it's something to be aware of, that you're probably in a position where you don't feel like you, for my men, and for some of my women, you probably feel like you don't have enough to date. You don't have enough to sustain a relationship. As far as money goes, probably like a house or a car, you probably just don't feel equipped. So I shouldn't say men or women, men, women, whatever. There are a lot of reasons why you probably don't feel good enough to go and step out into a relationship or go and find love, okay? But again, for some of you, you just decided that you don't want it. With the Magician being in reverse, though, it's kind of like you're being your own worst enemy. Because it's like somewhere deep down inside, and if this is not you, you don't have to tune into it. This is talking to the people that you really know that this is something that you want. This is the universe letting you know that you've already put it out there to the universe that don't want it. And it is by the things that you have been saying, and it is because you have been feeling a little insecure. So you've been feeling like you're just not equipped to even sustain a relationship. So in April, it looks like for my singles, you've already put it out there that you don't want to be coupled, that you don't want, to be with anyone. And maybe you can't because you're self-isolated. But I mean, there are ways to date. There are ways to find people. So let's see. What is your advice for those people who are unintentionally doing this to themselves? Okay? What is the advice? I'm being told to use, I like to call these my happy-go-lucky cards because they seem to have a more happier theme. At least, let you down gently. Okay. So this is what the universe is telling you for my single people who, again, for April, you've already put out that energy. Like, don't shoot the messenger, guys, but we've already put out that. I'm gonna say we've already put out that, and I can tell you that at this point in my life, I'm okay with being single. Eventually, I would love to be coupled with somebody's, but at this point, I find myself to be annoyed with people. It's taken me a long time to get to this place, y'all, to where I'm finally like, you know what? I like being by myself a lot more, especially since I've started taking myself out to restaurants and everything, and like really just doing those things that I wanted to do, that I thought I wanted to do with somebody else, but found out I was okay with just doing it by myself. So some people are in that boat, and that is okay if you want to be single. That is okay. Enjoy being single. Trust me, I just got here and I like it. People been and it's been the strangest thing ever. Like, people have been like inviting me out since this quarantine thing, and I'm like, no baby, I'm cool. Like, I'm gonna stay in the house like it was advised to do. Like, stop. And you really gonna get the X from me trying to take me out during the pandemic. You really don't care then. Like, do you? You don't. I'm not trying to get caught up. I had to tell this guy, he's a scientist, and like I told him, because he was like, yeah, we've been tested. I was tested negative, I said, look, I don't care about none of that, because you're a scientist, you work for the government, so of course they're going to protect you. Me, I have a whole different relationship with the government, so you good. You can stay over there, I'm going to stay over here, okay, and wait till this whole thing is lifted. But anyway, that's a whole different something. But your advice for my single people who are unintentionally putting out this energy into the universe where it's like you don't want to be coupled or you want to be single, like, again, because that decision looks like it's already been made for you in the month of April, you're being asked to write down what you want. Manifest, okay? And also to be at peace with the fact that you're single. Cliche, right? But trust me, it works. Manifestation works. When you put yourself at peace with the fact that you're single right now, the fact that, because you might be like, oh, don't nobody love me, don't nobody want me, all these things, blah, blah, blah. Hey, you keep putting that out, that's what you get, okay? You really have to take this opportunity to sit with yourself, and it's hard, because you have to really fight with yourself and fight with these feelings that you have been feeling. But again, if you're not trying to be single anymore, April, I'm letting you know, you've already put out that vibration that you want to be single, okay? So if you don't want to be single, this is for my single people. If you don't want to be single, you have to make peace with the fact that you're single. And after you made peace with that, whatever you need to do to calm yourself, to tell yourself, even if you have to tell yourself a lie, at this point it's like, okay, tell yourself that you're happy being single. Make peace with it, and then manifest. Write down what you want. Don't write down things that you think that you want or whatever. Really sit with the peace of being single and think about what's going to complement your energy. Think about what's going to complement you. Think about the type of person that you want to walk into your life and write it down. I told a client before he told me not to share this idea with nobody, but I think it's a great idea to start writing letters to your future person or your future persons, Start writing that person letters. Who knows? Maybe on your wedding date, you'll be able to read those letters out while y'all doing your vows. Hey, I've been manifesting you. I have been like, you know, again, write this person letters. Wish them peace. Okay? Because it's definitely there for you. The Ace of Pentacles, that talks about like a new energy. Like the Pentacles talks about your surrounding. So your surroundings. Definitely in your surroundings, you definitely probably have someone who feels the way that you do. Okay? I will take this moment out, take this time out, you get your journal. If you have a scrap sheet of paper, write to that person. Wish that person peace. Wish that person love. And really think about what type of person you want to be with. I don't want to call my man out, but a lot of times when you ask a man what type of woman he's looking for, and it's for my heterosexual people, or, you know, if you're on the fence, whatever, a lot of times you ask what do you want in a woman, they'll name all these things on her body. Oh, I want her to have real hair, I want her to have, you know, a fat butt, titties, all these things. And then you ask about, well, do you want her to have ambitions? What kind of dreams do you want her to have? Like, you want her to be professional? Do you want her to be, you know, someone who wants to sit at home and take care of the children? What kind of, do you want to date someone that's smart? Really think about these things. Don't just think about it on a level of physicality. You got to think about people's mental, spiritual, like all of it, okay? This is the time to write it down. I'm hearing something about, like, at this time, Earth is cleansing. Earth is going through a cleansing process. And during this whole process, I have been feeling very, what is it? Euphoric. And very much like this was a big cleanse. Okay? So during this time, use this energy. We just entered spring for newness. Again, Pentacles talks about your surrounding area. It's definitely in your surroundings. You just have to manifest it. You have to stop saying, oh, all men or all women ain't ish. And start saying, you know, there's someone out there who is right for me. And write that person down. You know, be honest. Be honest about what you want. Hey, if you want to be a housewife and want your husband to be rich, write it down. Even write down what you're going to do for him or her. You know? If you want to date two people at the same time, write it down. Write about how you compliment them and how they compliment you. Okay? So, I'm going to pull a final advice card for that. Sing your own song. So with this, I'm hearing, don't worry about trying to be anyone else. Don't worry about trying to be like, I do believe in perfection, but perfection has to be whatever you define it as, okay? So you have to be your perfect self. You have to sing your own song, okay? Because, I mean, if you're not being yourself and you're putting out like this falsehood because you think that's going to get you someone, y'all, eventually that's not going to work out. That's going to fall apart because you're not going to be able, if you're not being yourself, you're not going to be able to sustain you being anything else but yourself, because yourself is going to come out. So sing your own song. Be yourself. If you feel like you're weird or whatever the case may be, trust me, there is somebody out there who is just as weird as you. There is somebody out there who will love all of that. But you have to be you. You have to sing your own song. You have to be in your own lane. You can't take advice from your best friend who, you know, found her man on the army base or whatever the case may be. That's not your path, baby. You may not find your man or your woman on the army base. Or you may not find Prince Charming or your princess or whatever the case may be, you know, in the same way that someone else did. You know, I'm sitting here watching The Office. And I'm like, oh, Jim and Pam, oh, da-da-da, blah, blah. But baby, I don't work in the office. I'm not going to find love. I'm not going to find love in the way that Jim and Pam found love, okay? Sing your own song. Do what works for you. And this is advice for me, too. For whenever I'm ready to get back out there. Look. Oh, I like how these colors match, you know. Then yellow talks about your sacral chakra. It talks about your power. Like, take your power back by being exactly who you are. And the people who have anything to say about it, go ahead and exit them out. The quicker that you exit out, like, and this is me right now currently, people who are showing me red flags in the get-go, so I'm sorry, blanked out again, stuff that I know that I'm not with, or that's going to irritate me, or whatever the case may be. Like, I used to be like, oh, you know, it's okay, because people, blah, 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 I'm going to try it. Nope. Nah, baby, I don't think this is going to work out. It's okay. It's all right. Before we waste anybody else's time, because while you clogging up all your energetic portals, wasting your time on somebody that gave you red flags at the beginning, you could have been having an opening for someone who was a little bit better fitting. You feel me? Sing your own song, guys. Pull another one. Sing your own song, because that's how you're going to attract someone who likes you for you. Cow spirit. Miracles are endless. We have 1 and 5. 1 is the beginning, 5 is the change, and 6 is changing negative thoughts to positive thoughts. Again, if you are sitting there saying, oh, I'm unlovable, nobody loves me, da, 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 these are you're spelling. You're literally making that come to fruition. And it's as cliche as it sounds, y'all, trust and believe. You are what you say, you are what you think, and you have to start thinking that the miracles are endless, baby. There's somebody out there for everybody. Somebody's out there for everybody. You know, I'm hearing that some of you have been hurt in the past, you know, or you're fearful that you get cheated on and stuff like that. There are people out there who don't cheat. There are people who are out there who feel the same way about you, about cheaters, okay? The miracles are endless. You have to change your negative thoughts to positive thoughts. So if that is something that's on your mind that is plaguing you, my single people in April, going into April, again, as you're writing this stuff down, don't think about those things that you don't want. Think about all the things that you do want. I want someone who is faithful to me. I want someone who rubs my feet. I want somebody who tells me about their day. I want someone who calls and checks in on me. I want someone who texts me all the time. I want someone who sends me pictures. I want someone who introduces me to their mom. I want someone who wants children. Like these things, like that. Really think about what you want and think about that person that's going to match what you want. As we too old, or we not in a time period where we feel like we have to mold somebody. We not molding nobody. The universe got your person out there. You just have to be honest about what you want, okay? I said I wanted a scientist, and I got a scientist, but then I didn't think that it's a lot with that. There's a lot with that, because he's cool. Whew. But baby, I said I don't like to be touched. Don't touch me. You know, so I got to think about those things. Like, okay, I want someone who respects my boundaries. I want someone who loves my kids. I want someone who, you know, loves my dog. Like, these are little things that you need to think about while you're manifesting, while you're writing down what you want. And really just be honest. Like, just think about every little nook and cranny, whatever you feel like is unlovable about you. Say you want somebody who loves that about you, you know? Hey. So that's enough for my love reading. I'm going to do a career reading. Let me check on my battery. Uh-oh. I did not mean to. So let me check my battery. So I have plenty of battery. I'm going to do a career reading for the collective. For April. So I'm pretty sure we are, okay. I don't want to take these. I'm going to just go ahead and read them off. I'm pretty sure we're trying to figure out what's going to happen, okay? So, again, the World card came up again. We got the Devil. 6 of Pentacles. And then the 10 of Pentacles, which is like one of my absolutely favorite cards next to the 9 of Pentacles. Because this talks about if you have fears of you being able to sustain, or you being able to feed your families, or you being able to live the lifestyle that you want to live, or have been living. And I'm hearing that you're going to be way more appreciative of your lifestyle. King of Pentacles. So yeah, let's talk about this real quick. We got the World and the Devil card here. and the Six of Pentacles. I feel like with that, a lot of you, I feel like there are a lot of people who have been making other people feel guilty for not like giving or sharing or whatever, sharing of the riches and stuff like that. So this may be a shout out to all my people, my billionaires and stuff like that. When people are like, oh, y'all are so rich, y'all should be helping the world out and stuff like that. And you know, not to side with anybody, but I see a lot of people just being guilted into like giving. Okay, y'all, if it's not coming from the heart, don't do anything that you're not comfortable with. Okay, you know, because what happens is when people say that, and it trickles down to people who don't really have it to give, and then you feel bad for not giving. So this is what the devil is asking you to release that. Like there's something here where it's just like, and I want to say you're addicted to, but there's an obsession about being able to give to other people, okay? Because, I mean, we have been told in this world, especially the Christianity religion, that, you know, you should give in order to receive. And sometimes, baby, you got to keep in order for you to sustain, in order for you to build, so you can better give. Because if you're giving out of an empty cup, or if you're giving your last, like, and you're expecting it to come back to you, because that's what it says, so you give to receive, baby, what happens is you become obsessed with that. You become obsessed with that thought, and that mainframe. And yeah, if you are in a position to give, you are being told to go ahead and give and share, okay? But if you're not in that position, baby, don't feel coerced or don't feel obligated to. I see a lot of things about like people in their churches are still asking y'all to give to them, you know, for whatever reason. Look, churches get money from the government, baby, okay? And that keeps the lights and stuff on. Like, you're not obligated to give to anybody because you may feel like you have a little bit more, okay? But with the King of Pentacles showing up, I do see there are some people who are able to give, or some people who, if you're not able to give like money, you're able to give financial advice, okay? I see that coming up here. Let me go to that book about the Devil card. The Devil card is an interesting card because it does talk about addictions, and I saw something about like it talking about those things that you get yourself into. So again, like I see a lot of people being generous and like feeling coerced to give, with the prospect that it's gonna somehow come back to them. But you have to give with a heart that is willing to give. You can't give in reluctance, because you definitely aren't going to get anything out of that, okay? You're going to feel reluctant. So the devil, it says false truths, insecurities, obsession, self-doubt, dependency, fear of failure, denial, false fears, fear of success, closed-mindedness, self-deception, false obstacles, negativity, self-pity, procrastination, temptations, finding freedom, finding love in a situation, letting go. Okay, so this is a whole bunch of different things, but what stood out for me, again, insecurities, self-pity, you know, April, as far as our careers go, I honestly see you guys being able to sustain. I know there's a lot of fear of people losing their jobs, or, you know, people already getting laid off. But I see King of Pentacles, the World card, that you're going to be given, especially with the Six of Pentacles here. And it looks like it's going to be some people that you don't expect to give. You're going to be given something, whether it is financial advice, because this doesn't always have to talk about money, but the pentacles, there's a lot of pentacles here, so that's money. Not only are you given money, you're probably given financial advice, something that's going to help you to sustain your Ten of Pentacles, sustain your household. Ooh, I'm sorry, y'all, my nose. So I wouldn't worry about that, okay? And don't feel, again, if you're going to give, don't feel reluctant about it, okay? Basically. Give with an open heart. If you can give, if you can't give, don't feel bad about not giving, okay? And another large thing is not bashing people who have the ability to give that are not giving. You don't know what those people are doing with their money. You don't know who they're sustaining or what they're sustaining, okay? Yeah, there are greedy people out here, but it is not up to you to judge that or for you to say anything about it. What happens is, like, there are a lot of people, and I was reading this book, it's called Millionaire Mind. And what happens is a lot of people, oftentimes, they bash rich people. And it's like, well, how do you have this goal of attaining this money when you are bashing the very people that you want to be like, in a sense? You may not want to be like them as far as goal-wise or what they're doing with their money. But definitely, we as a people, we want to get to a point of our lives where we're completely comfortable. Especially when it comes to money. We live in a society where we exchange money. And so a lot of us, if not all of us, want to be rich. So you cannot acquire this richness by bashing other rich people. Okay? You just got to look at Tony. Tony got $1 million. Good for Tony. You know? Good for Tony. Now, oh, Tony, because there's also this stigma that if you have a lot of money, then you're automatically a bad person. That's what else keeps people from acquiring the wealth that they want, because I'm sorry, y'all, my god dang nose. That's what keeps people from acquiring the wealth that they want also, because they have it in their mind that rich people are bad people. And of course we don't want to be bad people, and so you keep yourself from that. So just a little something to be aware of, just like your mind frame. Again, Hanged Man in reverse, you're being asked to see different perspectives, okay? So let's see. My people in April. I'm going to do one for the people who have lost their jobs or gotten laid off. Let's see what April is going to look like for you, okay? People who lost their jobs being laid off. So I see you guys in April. Two of Wands, you'll be waiting. You're waiting for word back, probably from like the unemployment office, or word back from a job if you were temporarily laid off. Or you're waiting to see either what's going to happen next, or waiting to hear back from a new job. I see you guys waiting. So this is for my people that probably have been laid off or fired during this time, or had to even quit their jobs. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. I don't see you guys losing your drive, okay? I definitely am getting a very, we got 10 here. Definitely a new cycle for you guys, okay? If you did take a leap of faith and, you know, leave and walk out of your job, I do see, yeah, I just see you waiting on the next best thing, but you're not losing your drive for work or whatever. It looks like you're working very hard. Maybe you are taking a class or something, getting a certification or something, or working. This could be, a lot of you have left your jobs or gotten laid off, and now I'm seeing it as two different energies. See, one group of people waiting for the next thing, and then the other group of people working hard on something else, working hard on their own passions and their ambitions, okay? But definitely, there is, with this equaling up to 10, there's a new cycle that you're about to start. And this was ushered in by the universe. So you can see it as, you know, a bad thing, or you can see it as an opportunity, okay? A lot of people were seeing this as a bad thing, and I can totally get why you see it as a bad thing. Like, if you all of a sudden got laid off, you're wondering, so what's going to happen next, okay? I have to feed my children. I have to pay my car note, mortgage, bills, and such like that. Like, I see you guys, you're waiting to see what's going to happen next. but I also see a group of people who are still working hard. But again, with this, you're not going to lose your job. I don't feel like a hopelessness out of this. I don't feel a loss of passion. I just feel a drive, like you're ready to work. You're ready to go. You're in this to win this, okay? 9 of Cups. Someone's going to be here losing their pride or dropping their pride. Maybe you're going to be taking a job that you normally wouldn't have taken, you know, or doing something you normally would not have been doing. This is a period that's ushering in, again, a new beginning for you. And this was universal for you to drop your pride about something. Again, seeing different perspectives. You probably was one of those people who's like, oh yeah, you're just a fast food worker, or you just work at, you know, you're just a cashier. But baby, you got laid off your job, so guess what? You waiting back to hear from Kroger now. Okay? And again, you're going to go in there with your drive, but you're going to, again, hangman reverse, baby. This is about you seeing a different perspective. Because again, in the beginning, I did see like a lot of people just having this perspective. And again, I've even had to go through a period where it's like, okay, how can people be homeless and stuff like that? And like I've seen how it could happen for myself. You know, luckily, you know, I got through that time period of my life with the help of people around me, but it is a very possible thing. So I see a lot of people, again, for people who've gotten laid off, lost their jobs, or even walking away from their jobs, you guys are going to be taking on responsibilities or taking on jobs that you didn't think, or you probably would not have before this happened. So you're going to be losing pride, or at least dropping pride, okay? You're not going to be feeling too good for certain things anymore, okay? Definitely coming in with a very strong, I'm ready to work energy though. Okay? Yeah. I see it working out for you. So again, you're going to get this whole different perspective. And because you drop your pride about something, like with the Sun card, this talks about something else coming in, or something that you want coming in. Something happening that is sunny, you know. Freeing. I'm hearing you're going to be freed from something, okay? You may even discover, during this time, again, hangman in reverse, be able to discover a passion that you never even thought that you had. Because again, you weren't willing to do something else that you felt like wasn't for you, or was, you know, you had too much pride to do. Oh my gosh, my nose. It always happens on camera. And my nose be fine, and then as soon as I get on camera, I'm all in my nose. So what else for my people who have gotten laid off? Knight of Wands. So it looks like you're going to be kind of like being held up from something that you were passionate about before. The Knight of Wands in reverse. So again, for my people who got laid off and stuff like that, it looks like you're going to be going in a whole different direction than you thought. Like this has become like something that has halted you, and you're just like, now what? Again, that drive is there. You're willing to do what you need to do. I mean, you're put in a position where you have to kind of do what you got to do in order to continue to sustain. Because like with all the bailouts and stuff like that, and you know, sorry y'all, the electric companies and the electric companies and like bills being held up, because nothing is being like wiped off the table. I can see it was like, you know what, nobody got to pay bills, forget that, blah blah. The U.S. is going to handle that, whatever. Y'all going to owe them bills at the end of the day. So I see you guys, again, looks like you probably went ahead and applied to, and I know Amazon was looking for people, went ahead and applied to a job that you never thought that you would ever have to work in order for you to sustain. You're working hard in it. It's causing you to drop this pride that you've had, but also it's kind of like a blessing in disguise. It looks like you're getting what you want, okay, with the Sun card. Though you may be going in a different direction than you previously thought that you were going to go in, okay? But the thing about the Knight of Wands in reverse is it's moving towards the future, okay? So what else for my people who have gotten laid off or have left their jobs? I'm going to use this deck to see if there's any additional advice. Or 4 Wands in reverse. So definitely not going to be the most successful time for you. I mean, with everything that's going on, and this is just something to put into your head so you can be ready. Yeah, I don't see you like just bouncing back immediately. Again, you are going to have this drive and you are going to be working hard, but I don't see you reaping the benefits immediately, okay? Eventually, the Sun card, yes. And with the Sun card, I'm just seeing some things just being illuminated to you, where it's just like you may discover a new passion, okay? Now the Wands are reversed, like just not going in the same direction that you were going, okay? You will be discovering something, and because you dropped your pride about something, that's going to open up a whole nother energetic level for you. But just to let you guys know, month of April, you will not like see success immediately, okay? All right. Let me use this deck to clarify this 4 of Clubs. Yeah, 3 of Swords, reverse. This is going to be a hard, like, gotta be honest, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard emotionally for you guys. Like, I see people, 3 of Swords in reverse. This just talks about not only you being affected by this, but, you know, the people around you, okay? Somebody's wife might leave them because, you know, hey, you were the breadwinner. And now, again, you have to take a minimum wage job. And, you know, that's a whole different perspective. Although you feel good about it, or you may be like, okay, I'm going to do what I got to do to work hard. I don't see just, again, 4 of Clubs in reverse, 3 of Swords in reverse. It's going to be some heartbreak there, okay? Some heartache. But again, another blessing in disguise, because we got the Knight of Cups here. Knight of Cups talks about, and again, emotional. Like, this is going to help you to move on emotionally from something. Again, you're going in a whole different direction than what you thought was there for you. Again, for my people who have been laid off. For my people who, you know, lost their jobs or walked away from their jobs during this time, okay? Star card in reverse. Definitely discovering things that you don't want anymore, okay? Star card in reverse, those are the things that you don't want. And then 8 of Swords in reverse. This talks about you releasing yourself from self-limiting thoughts, okay? Again, you have to go and take a job that you never thought that you had to take. This is going to cause you to see a different perspective, drop your pride, and with that, you're releasing yourself from self-limiting thoughts, okay? So that's very positive. It may not seem positive while you're going through it because, again, bills, having, you know, responsibilities to take care of, I see again, and randomly, like, again, somebody's wife may walk out on them. Family members may be hurt about something. Like, this will be a very, very emotionally draining, very emotionally, like, I'm here emotionally sustaining, but only because, like, with the Knight of Cups, again, like, this is an opportunity for you to really see what fits and what doesn't fit. So if, you know, anybody comes, especially during this time, you know, you paper chasing, you the breadwinner, and all of a sudden you down on your luck, you seeing those people that's around you, baby. It's eye-opening. Because those people probably shouldn't have been around you anyway. Because when you get your Sun card, when the things happen for you down the line, and this is a few years down the line, guys, so this is just a catalyst to what's happening. All right, so this is just a silver lining out of all of it. Again, I'm not saying that, you know, you're gonna skip through this and you're gonna have all this money and stuff like that. I'm just saying that this is gonna give you a different perspective. This is gonna put you in a different path than you really were on. It looks like it's gonna be a path of something that you really wanted. Okay. So yeah, that's for my people who have gotten laid off for my people who have walked away from their jobs. And so I will get an animal spirit card for your advice. Be fearless and bold, guys. Badger spirit, number 4. You are being supported by your ancestors, by the universe. You're building foundations right now in April. This is for the month of April. You will be building foundations, okay? So let's move on to my people who still have their jobs, okay? Let's see what I'm picking up for the collective as far as your career goes, for my business owners, people who still are employed. This came out again, 4 of Wands. So y'all, and I'm a very positive person. I want to be able to be like, oh no, y'all are going to be good, you know. Things are going to be successful. It's just something to be aware to. 4 of Clubs in reverse. You know, this is the opposite of success in this deck. This talks about things kind of going downhill. Alright, before in foundations. It's an opportunity to build foundations or rebuild foundations. Like structures that fall down during this time. You know, it's just an opportunity to rebuild on something. And it sucks to have to think about, you know, especially when it does come to, like, people call it spiritual mumbo jumbo or whatever his would be. Definitely, April looks like this is the collective reading. We're all going to be feeling it, okay? So, if anything, this is just a little warning for you to, again, with foundations, to, you know, put that little extra money aside. Or if there's anything that you've been wanting to invest in, I would hold off on that right now. Because it's just not going to be successful right now. Not in the month of April, okay? So let's see what else. For my people who kept their jobs, who are still working, you know, let's see what your career is going to look like for April. So you guys taking a leap of faith or something. It's kind of like you just like, well, fuck it. And you're going to be moving towards something that you love. Okay, so I see a lot more people in April leaving their jobs. Leaving a career path. Whatever they thought that they wanted to do. Definitely you're going to get an opening where you leave that. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. You're going to be moving towards something that you love. Okay? Again, we all going to be feeling it, y'all. But also, remember in the beginning, how I pulled those cards talking about, especially with the world card there, it's just like and I've said this before also, where we are going to be helping each other out during this time. Like we've already, like I'm so proud of us as a humankind, because like it is very easy to lose faith in us because of how we do go about our day to day. But when it comes down to it, we have shown that we really do care about each other. We care about the underdog. We care about the people who don't get a lot of recognition, you know. And I'm giving you an example, like after schools were closed and were announced they're going to be closed, people immediately went to set up or at least question if there was going to be access for children to go and eat, you know. So I see a lot more of this happening in our community, to where we're going to be helping each other out. So people who do have it, you're going to be helping people who don't have it. And again, my advice to people who don't have it or don't have it to spare, please do not feel like you have to, and you will be coerced to give an amount of money or give to people just because you feel like, oh, you know, this is the right thing to do. It's going to come back to me tenfold, baby. If you're not doing it with a heart of gold, if you're not doing it from a place where you know that you can, you're only going to get the energy back that you sent out as you was given it, okay? So keep that in mind. If you are going to be helping someone out financially during this time, please don't do it from a place of, I really can't afford to do this, okay? Afford to do it if you can. And if you can't, please don't feel like you have to, all right? That's something, again, devil card, some type of obsession that we have with having to give to others and receiving it back. Again, if you're not giving with a heart that's like, hey, I have this to give, then you can just forget about it. You know, if you don't have it to give, don't worry about it. Trust me, the way that it looked, you're going to be giving, or you're going to be given a lot of help. You're going to be given a lot of financial help and support. There are people around the world, there are people who are going to see you and they're going to help you out, okay? So again, this is my career for April, for my people who still have their jobs, for my people who have their businesses, and here are my landlords. We got the Four of Wands that came up at first, guys. So again, don't expect things to be successful even after things have been lifted and we go back, because again, people will be playing catch up, okay? So don't expect things to take off during April, you know. Again, if you have it to give, and it's just not just money, it's going to be financial advice. If you are a landlord and you can't afford to let your tenant stay there rent-free for a month, you know, and if that's the least that you can do, that's what you can do. Yeah, okay. So people who still have their jobs, or people who have businesses and stuff like that, Three of Pentacles talks about cooperation. So this talks about just working with people. I'm seeing you getting together with people. And again, how we've been surprising each other as humanity, as far as how far and, you know, how much we're willing to help each other out during these hard times. This is what's going to be happening. You know, you're going to find people at your job that are willing to help you, or you guys are going to be pulling together monies or income, or this energy in order to sustain, because we realize that it's going to take us all together to help sustain. So again, probably getting together with your coworkers, and you know, there's another coworker that you have that doesn't have it, probably have 5 kids and can't afford to feed their kids. You're going to be pulling together some money to make sure that their rent and bills are paid and that their children have food. This is the type of energy that I see going on in April, okay? Where you're really working, despite, you know, things aren't, again, your stock's going down and like things aren't being as successful. I do see you still being in a cooperative nature, or at least having people around you cooperate with you to ensure that everyone has, okay? Queen of Swords, strategizing. Very cerebral card, very smart energy, witty. Just being able to use this time to strategize, to figure out your next move. And again, what I saw was just some people getting together, working together, strategizing. Again, making a plan for what if this happens again, okay? Really planning things out, really strategizing for the future, okay? So in April, you guys are going to be getting together with people and strategizing, sharing ideas. Again, I saw someone giving out financial advice instead of shoving that off, saying, oh, whatever. Take that financial advice, y'all. Take it. It may be the thing that helps you out. 4 Cups upright. This talks about hesitation to try new things, but I see you guys again, and I even saw this with my people who already lost their jobs, people who already got laid off or left their jobs. Like, you are going to be releasing some type of pride and willing to try new things. 7 with 3 and 4 here. 7 talks about a lesson. It's all a lesson, guys. But I see you guys, you're willing to try something new. You're willing to try something different. So if someone has ever come to you and say, hey, I think that we should start this company, or we should do this, I see you actually strategizing towards it and, you know, releasing some insecurities and trying it. What do you have to lose? It's your mentality. What do I have to lose? So let's see. Let me see if there's any more cards that want to come out For my people who still have their jobs, what's going to happen in the month of April as far as your career goes. 5 of Cups. So, in reverse. So, exact opposite of this energy. So we got some people who are willing to try something new, and then we got some people who aren't willing to. Okay? That's just what it is. I'm going to pull some cards about this 5 of Cups in reverse. King of Swords came out. And then King of Swords, another cerebral card. So I just see you, let me get another card. Yeah. Because you're going to be worried. Or at least, let me get another card. Because King of Swords and this 9 of Swords in reverse. I'm just seeing someone being, not stubborn, but stuck in, not stuck, but, yeah, stuck in their own thoughts, stuck in their own ways. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes you have to stick to your guns, you have to stick to who you are in order for you to come out of this anxiety. But, again, if you are being afraid to move on or afraid to try something new, this King of Swords again, just being stuck. It's like you are, it's like you, because the King of Swords is a very intelligent person, and they already kind of got things figured out. You know, 9 of Swords in reverse, like you're not worried. But I see by you not wanting to step outside of that or wanting to let anything else in. We got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And then the Chariot card in reverse. This Chariot card is my Triumph card. I just don't see things happening like you. It seems like you have a plan already, and like you know, again, don't want to try anything new. Fine, but baby, I'm just letting you know that it's not going to be successful. Okay. But I mean, that was the overall energy period for everyone in their career. That whatever. This is just not going to be, April is just not going to be a successful month for anybody, okay? But if you're not willing to open up and try new things, or if you're not willing to drop your pride about something that you know, again, every right to sit in your power, every right to sit in what you know. But whatever decision that you make, especially if I see the King of Swords as kind of like a lone wolf. I just don't see it working out for you, okay? So you may feel like you know a little bit better than other people, and you probably do. But again, baby, that doesn't save you from what's going on, okay? So let me pull Animal Spirit card. Miracles are endless. Okay? Let me pull another one. I got this earlier. Sing your own song. I got that for my people, my singles. So this is also going out to my people who have their jobs still, their businesses. Okay? The miracles are endless, and sing your own song. Pull one more. You know what? I didn't shuffle these at all. So let me do this. Put this back in and then shuffle it and see what comes out. Lay a solid foundation. Okay, so if you are, whatever you decide to do, whether you're deciding to work with people or you're deciding to stick to your own self, this is just a point where it's just time for you to just lay foundations to your next move, okay? The abundant universe will provide. So, I know we link, well, our careers are linked to our lifestyles and what we're able to afford and stuff like that. But just know that the universe is going to provide. We came onto this earth with everything that we need: air, water. You know, we figure out shelter. We also, I mean, at one point could eat from any tree. But this is, and I have to remind myself all the time too, that I'm being provided for. Like right now, I'm in a very blessed state. or I have food, I have water, I have shelter, and like I'm doing great. I'm doing fine, you know. We're gonna see what April gonna look like, and once my food start dwindling down, I got a lot of beans, so we're gonna see. But just know that the universe will provide, okay? So during this time, again, remember, you're not the only one that is struggling. You're not the only one that's catching up, playing catch up. You're not the only one that is going through this right now. Again, you know, some people have savings, some people don't have savings. Some people have their jobs, some people don't have their jobs. Just know, wherever you are on the spectrum, if you believe that the universe will provide, you will be provided for. Just having, and I've discovered that it's not all about just being positive and saying, oh yeah, this is going to happen for me, da, da, da. Sometimes you do have to go off and be like a little negative, but you snap back, okay? So you allow yourself for that negativity, for you to feel your sadness, for you to acknowledge that it's there, to acknowledge your fears, but you snap back. And that's how you set things to action. We live in a world of duality. You have dark and light. If you want to, you know, sustain in the light, you do have to accept some darkness. But at the same time, if the light is where you want to be at, go back to the light, baby, okay? Again, the abundant universe will provide. So I'm not saying just to sit there and be like, oh yeah, everything's going to be provided for. If you ever feel like, dang, man, this is hard. How am I going to do this? How is this going to happen? That is your moment for you to accept that negativity. But snap back, baby. Because best believe, after you snap back, and this is how I'm finding that things get set into motion, it's going to be set into motion towards that positive, towards, you know, you being abundantly provided for. And abundantly provided for, again, you have clean air, you have clean water, especially if you have the privilege of having a smartphone and you can watch me right now. You probably do have food. It may not be, you know, something that you want to eat every day. You know, if you find yourself not wanting to eat anything that you have in your house, take a nap. Okay? But Lord, what is going on with my nose? I'm going to take that as a sign. Like, I feel like there's something tickling my nose right now. So, and charades, when you're on the nose, you're on the nose. So I'm just going to take that as the universe telling me, girl, you're on the nose, okay? Because I do kind of, when I'm talking, sometimes I just feel like I'm bullshitting on what I'm seeing. But I can only tell you what I see in the cards, okay? And I try to be as unbiased as possible. And right now, again, my nose, since I've been on this, my nose has been like, like bothering me. But that just lets me know that I'm on the nose about a lot of stuff that's going on. And again, with Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide, okay? So just remember that you will be provided for. I did see a lot of people coming out of the woodworks, people that you didn't think that would helping you, okay? And if you're one of those people that can help, I see you helping people, okay? But remember, as you're giving, to have a heart of fullness and not of regret or reluctance, okay? Because if you're expecting it to come back, it's not going to come back with you having a full, heavy heart of not being able to really give, okay? If you can't give, do not give, okay? Please don't give nobody your salty ass energy because you feel like it's the right thing to do. No, baby, please don't. Keep it, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I may go live again. If anybody would like a reading, I am doing free readings. Just hit me up. We can go live. You know how I do. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna go and scratch my nose off camera now because, like, y'all, like, when I say it's like something, I feel like there's something crawling on my nose. Like, and again, it could be spirit just saying, yeah, girl, you're on the nose. Y'all let me know another way because, like, this is not the look. Yeah, I see this working together, y'all. This is bringing us together. As cliche as it is, it's bringing us together as a community, as mankind, you know. April, buckle up. It's going to get real in April, y'all. But not nothing that we can't handle together, okay? So peace, love, and happiness, y'all. I kind of want to stay on screen and talk, but again, I want to get off screen so I can go ahead and scratch my nose and go back to doing what I was doing, which was being fabulous and laying in my bed and watching The Office on Netflix. I want to thank everybody who's been out there, who's been, you know, on the front lines of the things. Again, our nurses, our doctors, like people working in the hospitals, not just the nurses and the doctors. You have the janitors there, you have the people coding and stuff like that. Thank you guys for being there. All my people at Family Dollars, at the Kroger's, at the any place that is still open right now that's requiring people to go. And I kind of want to cry as I'm saying that, because it's very unfortunate. And that's where I was talking about, like, us as a nation not being prepared. We were prepared. We were prepared, baby. It's not that hard to think about this. Like, you know, we're in constant threat of something happening all the time. Like, this could have been like anything. And to say that we're not prepared as a nation, that doesn't sit right with me. To see people still having to go to work and putting themselves at risk, that does not sit right with me. As far as people, because I've seen a lot of people get upset with people who are still going out and socializing and stuff like that. Like, you know, I'm in the house, and I don't like to tell people what they should be doing, but it is just advisable to cooperate with what's going on, because evil is going to tell you exactly what you need to do to prevent yourself from being overtaken. It reminds me of what's that story about Egypt? And then, like, God was like, oh, we're going to send these plagues and everything for your first son if you don't put the blood over the thing. Like, why wouldn't you do what is being told of you in order to protect yourself, even if you don't feel like it's a real threat? Like, precautions do still need to be taken. And definitely, if you're still out and about and you're going to go visit people and everything, you have to really think about, like, who you're endangering. If you're out the stores and stuff like that, and just, again, I feel for the people who still have to work during this, because they're right in the front lines of everything. And as you see, this is not a drill, whether it's this virus that's killing people off, or the fact that, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, the most sustainable thing that we can do is to look out for each other, y'all. So yeah, I feel for you guys. Again, for those who still have to go to work during this time, I feel for you. I'm feeling like I should pull more cards. I did pull this moon card in reverse, because I feel like that's just the overall feeling of just, again, moon card, you don't know what's going to happen next. And you're kind of not having that faith in the universe that something good is going to come out of it. So, like, I'm hoping that something good comes out of it for the people who are still there. And you still, I mean, whether or not you are working because you have to, so you continue to stay in your household, or you're working because you feel like, you know, that's where you belong, you're helping people. Like, I hope something good comes out of it. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. I don't see you getting along with your coworkers right now. It's a lot of stress. I mean, it's a lot. I can see why. It's a lot of stress. 5 of Pentacles. Kind of feeling left out in the cold, like no one cares about you. And this may be how you feel about your company and who you're working for. Like, you're feeling like these people don't care. And if your job hasn't offered you to be off and hasn't offered you some type of paid leave or anything, like, especially these big corporations, don't let these corporations fool you into thinking they don't have money in order to sustain, or at least, like, baby, pay me. At least make sure I'm still getting paid. I'll make up the days later or something, work with me or something. But you know how that go, baby. It ain't even about the money. Trust and believe that. Yeah, moon card came out in reverse. I just see you guys just not trusting the process and not trusting that the universe has anything good for you. I'm letting you know this is the energy that you are sending out into the universe, where it's just like, again, you're either not getting along with your colleagues, or again with the corporation that you work for. If you're still having to go to work, they're still making you go to work, because they're not providing you with any other options. They're not providing you with, okay, well, we're going to make sure that y'all get paid at least half of your paycheck, you know, while you're not there. Again, I'll make those days up, baby, you know, but, you know, if they're not giving you any options, yeah, I can see how you feel like nobody cares. Okay? So let's see what's going to happen for my folks that are still working. You got the 3 of Wands in reverse. So just a lot of waiting. You guys are waiting to see the good to come out of this. Waiting to see, you know, because maybe there's some corporations. I know at Family Dollar, they were talking. I don't know the outcome of this, but when I was there before, because I had put in my 2 weeks way before, like, you know, people were advised to stay at home and everything. So, like, God had told me it's time for you to go a long time ago. So I see you guys just waiting to see the outcome of this for you guys. And, like, again, just not having faith in the universe, because it's like you guys are on the front fucking lines. Like, y'all, it's like nobody cares about you because people are still coming in and they're getting upset with you and stuff like that because y'all out of stuff, or you may work at a restaurant and people are up. It's a lot. Trust me, service industry, it's a lot. It is a lot, y'all. Yeah. Okay. So I see, because again, when I was a Family Dollar, they were promising to pay these people, or at least putting ideas out there that they were gonna, like, give these people something special or something, and that's what you guys are kind of losing your faith in, about being able to reap the benefits of you again on the front line. They're calling y'all essential workers, but yet your families aren't being protected right now. You're not being protected right now. It's not like they're worried about your health. It's not like they went over to these jobs and, like, offered y'all testing, or offered y'all, like, some type of, you know, monitoring y'all for, because y'all, again, in the face of the public. Everybody right now is coming from everywhere and going to these stores and buying things, and you're coming into contact with all types of stuff all day. I don't care. Family Dollar was like, oh, well, here's some hand sanitizer and go buy, like, Lysol. Baby, no. Let these people go home. Let these people go. What should have happened was, babe, what should have happened is everybody should have got sent home, and any supplies that everyone needed should have been delivered by the government, by our armies or whatever, whomever, and everybody should have got their rations. Like, nobody should have even left their house to go panic buy or anything. Like, everyone should be rationed out what they need right now. They should have, just like mailbox, the mailman does, goes door to door and drops off mail, go door to door, knock on these doors, see how many people are in there, and give them the supplies that they need for the week. And this should have been happening every week. Baby, that's why, That's why, because regular smuggler. And I could think of something like that. Like, anyway, again, whatever you guys are waiting for, whatever promises that you're waiting to be fulfilled, and it's not just because of the energy that you're putting out, it's just not going to be fulfilled. I see a lot of you guys coming out of this feeling really salty, just feeling played. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, y'all got the short end of the stick, baby. No matter if people are sharing things, talking about, oh, thank you, da-da-da. Them people ain't, they're still coming to shop. Some people, and I'm one of these people who have not been like, oh, no, shut the stores down, because I get it. Y'all, I mean, what else do you have? What else do you have if you can't work, okay? And so it sucks that your bosses, and, again, big corporations, it sucks that they haven't stepped forward, and when this started, should have been stepped forward and said, hey, don't worry about it. We got this. We're going to make sure that y'all taken care of, because trust me, the job that I just came from, and that was one of my biggest reasons why I left, because it's like, there's no support here. How do you expect a store to run efficiently if you're not supporting the people that work for you? Okay? 10 of Swords, yeah. I don't see you guys leaving. definitely something that needs to be ended. Like, honestly, if it was me, I probably would have walked out. I probably would have convinced everybody to walk out. Yeah, you're going to lose your job and lose your source of income for whatever that is. But these people obviously don't care about you, okay? They don't care about your families. They don't care about, like, again, but you're not going to leave because you do have families. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, you do have responsibilities, okay? I'm going to go to this other deck. Now I am talking to my essential workers, you know, my doctors and stuff like that. People who have no choice but to continue to work in this time. Because I want to see your happy ending. So let's see. Because right now, and this is all coming up for a reason, for you to know that whatever you're being promised, I don't see it being fulfilled. I see you guys just being tired, bitter, and like just feeling left out in the cold, like nobody gives a fuck about you, okay? They're not talking about giving y'all extra money on your checks. They're not giving y'all time and a half. And if you are, yay. But still, if your job didn't close down, and like I don't even get why certain restaurants are open and just doing takeout. Because baby, that's still germs being spread. Like, no, just because you're not letting people come in and sit and eat. What about the germs from the people that are cooking and that are touching things? Yeah, you wash your hands and da-da-da, but things happen, y'all. We got to think about this. Things happen. And I get it, some people y'all can't cook or whatever. Y'all better get some noodles and had been sitting in the house. So let me see, because I want to see my happy ending for my people. Okay, so this is success in business. So I don't know if this is like your own personal success for your own, like, but I see you making this business that you work for very successful. So let's see if they're going to reward you for it. Like, you sustaining them. Bet you believe these CEOs are out yachting. They're in the middle of the ocean right now, probably. So we got the King of Swords. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Give me one more. A lot of you guys are being told to leave, to just walk out. We got the Hangman again. So definitely this, especially if you're deciding to stay in a job, because you have to, look, I don't want to be insensitive, but sometimes, and I get it, you have to, you don't see any other choice. But this, baby, this whole thing is going to give you you're going to walk out of this, April, with a whole different perspective, okay? You definitely getting the perspective, and it's going to cause you to, again, strategize and really move in a direction that is going to 5 of Pentacles in reverse, Hierophant. This talks about something being untraditional. You're going to be moving in a very untraditional way, okay? Again, this might not be immediately, especially if again, if it was me, walk out. I'm not dealing with this. But, I know that I can do that. Okay? A lot of people cannot do that. And they know this about you. They know that you are dependent, which is why they're still taking advantage. Again, you're doing wonders for their job. You're doing wonders for their stocks. You're doing wonders for, their business. But as far as you're going to walk out of this with a whole new perspective, okay? I'm going to pull another card just because, again, I just want to get to y'all happy ending. That's what I do as a reader. I like to see, the happy outcome. And this is for April. Yeah. 8 of Cups talks about needing to walk away. But I do see a lot of you guys, by the end of this, by the end of April, you will be walking away. Especially if you're not getting what you've been promised. You probably were promised that you were going to close down. Or you were going to get some type of bonus after you did shut down. And people, I just don't see those promises being fulfilled, okay? So, that's what I got for you guys. If you like an individual reading, I am doing free readings right now just to see how, on your own personal level, with your own energy, what's going on right now, where things are going for you and how your April and the rest of the year is going to be for you. So whatever you got, I can do 20 minutes, questions, whatever. We'll see what the card has for you. Voice just started shaking because it is hard. It's hard, y'all. It is very hard. Like, especially you got kids, you got just a lot going on. Even if you don't have children, like there's people who are taking care of their family members right now. It is just a sucky period. It's a very sucky period. But again, you're gonna walk out of it with a whole different perspective. And I see a lot of you at the end of this, at the end of April, you're just letting these jobs go. You're walking away from them. Okay? If not by the middle of April, if things don't get better, you know, or when things start to get back to normal, like you're just being looked at. Because again, you are heroes. But I don't see your corporations looking at you like that. They look at you kind of like you need them more than they need you, baby. And that's just the truth about it. And it sucks. It's a sucky reality, but I see it giving you a different perspective about your life to help you go into a different direction. And it's very unclear right now because, again, a lot of different energies, a lot of different people doing a lot of different things, and a lot of people need a lot of different things. So I do wish you the best. If you'd like to know for your own personal sake what's going on, what's going to happen next for you, hit me up. I'll give you a reading. And until then, you guys have a good day. Happy quarantining. If you can, get some rest. And, you know, love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Love one another. Yes. But love yourself too. Okay? See you guys later.